The sound of gloves snapping against heavy bags echoed through the brightly lit MMA gym in downtown Atlanta. Sweat dripped from faces, the air thick with testosterone and the smell of liniment. It was the kind of place where egos thrived, where men measured respect by bruises and dominance. The gym's owner and lead trainer, Derek Cross, was a former cage fighter known for his aggression both inside and outside the octagon. His students admired him. His arrogance fed off their praise. That day, a new face walked in, a woman named Nia Roberts. She wasn't here to impress anyone, she just wanted to train, but Derek saw something else, an opportunity to prove his point, that fighting was no place for women who didn't look the part. So, when he called her out in front of everyone, forcing her into the ring, nobody expected what would happen next. 30 seconds later, the gym went silent, and Derek Cross, the man who never lost a fight, was lying unconscious on the mat. That day, everyone in the gym learned a painful lesson. Never underestimate quiet power. Nia had just moved to Atlanta 2 weeks before. She'd been looking for a gym that pushed her limits. Not because she wanted attention, but because she needed the discipline. She had served 4 years in the Army as a combat trainer before returning to civilian life. Fighting for her wasn't about violence. It was about control, mastering fear, energy, and emotion. When she stepped into Iron Blood MMA, she immediately felt the difference. Fighters shouted across the mats, trainers barked orders, music blasted from old speakers. Derek spotted her from his office, sipping pre-workout and bragging to a group of new members. He was built like a tank, broad shoulders, tattoos creeping up his neck, and the kind of swagger that demanded attention. To him, the gym was a kingdom, and he was king. "Hey, new girl," he called, tossing a towel over his shoulder. "You lost, cardio class is across the street." A few guys snickered. Nia smiled politely. "No, I'm here for MMA training." She didn't react. That annoyed him more than if she had. People like Derek fed off reactions. The more she stayed calm, the smaller he felt. Over the next week, Nia trained quietly. Flawless form, quick reflexes, perfect focus. Some of the other fighters began to respect her, but Derek wasn't one of them. He mocked her technique during classes and paired her with heavier, more aggressive sparring partners. She handled them all with grace. No anger, no ego, just skill. By Friday, word had spread. The new woman could fight. "All right, everyone," he yelled, clapping his hands. "Who wants to see how our new recruit handles a real fighter?" Nia froze. She wasn't here to show off. She was here to learn. "I'm not looking for a match today," she said. Derek grinned. "Oh, come on. What's the matter? Scared?" A few of the guys chuckled. Derek circled the mat like a showman. They strapped on gloves. Derek adjusted his headgear, smirking. "Try not to cry." When the bell rang, Nia didn't move. She stayed perfectly still, studying him. Derek lunged forward, throwing a fast jab meant to test her. She parried it easily. His smirk faltered. He swung again, harder. She ducked, slipped left, and countered with a light tap to his ribs. Precision, no wasted movement. The gym fell quiet. Now embarrassed, Derek charged full speed, launching a right hook meant to end the game. Derek's body went limp before he hit the mat. 30 seconds. The clock hadn't even buzzed. Silence filled the gym. Nia removed her gloves and stepped back. "I said I wasn't looking for a match," she said calmly. No one moved for a moment. Then one of the students whispered, "Yo." She knocked him out. Phones came out. Videos started rolling. The mighty Derek Cross, the self-proclaimed king, was out cold on the mat, snoring softly. The video of Derek's knockout spread across social media like wildfire. By the next morning, Knocked Out by Nia was trending across local fight pages. Within days, MMA bloggers picked it up. The clip showed her calm, poised, professional, and Derek charging like a bull before getting dropped clean. People loved it. They called her the Calm Storm. But Derek wasn't laughing. He called an emergency meeting at the gym, trying to save face. "Look, it was an accident," he said, forcing a smile. "I wasn't ready." "Who's the woman?" Marcus asked. "Her name's Nia," one of the trainers replied. Derek's been giving her a hard time. She didn't want to fight him, but he pushed her. Marcus nodded slowly. "Bring her to my office." When Nia walked in, Marcus stood and shook her hand. "That was clean technique. Army background?" "Yes, sir," she said. 4 years. "Don't worry about Derek," Marcus said firmly. "He's suspended for a week. I run this gym, not his ego." Word spread fast. For the first time, the fighters saw real leadership. Nia took over a few classes, and within days, The energy in the gym changed. People respected her, not just because of the knockout, but because of her patience and humility. She corrected form gently, taught with discipline, and reminded them that control beats aggression every time. When Derek finally returned, he found himself an outsider in his own gym. "I didn't embarrass you," she replied. "You did that yourself. You think you're better than me?" "No," she said calmly. "I just don't have to prove I am." That line stuck with him. He stormed off, furious, but for the first time he began to think about why he needed to dominate, about what kind of man needed to humiliate others to feel respected. Nia studied him for a moment, then nodded. "Apology accepted. Just remember, real fighters don't fight for attention." From that day, the gym found balance. Derek started mentoring younger fighters differently, with respect. And Nia, she became the gym's most sought-after coach, inspiring women across the city to step into the ring with confidence. Months later, she was invited to compete in a regional tournament. Derek showed up ringside, cheering louder than anyone. When she won the championship belt, he was the first to raise her arm. "You come a long way," he said. "So have you," she replied. The crowd roared. For both of them, that knockout had changed everything. Not just a fight, but a mindset. Sometimes, losing is the only way to truly win. And that's how one quiet woman changed an entire gym, by proving that respect is earned through discipline, not dominance. Nia's story reminds us, never underestimate calm confidence. It might just be the strongest weapon of all. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.